What's going on, everybody? This is Black Men Sundays, and I'm your host, Corey Sylvester Murray, and we're talking about generational wealth, finance, business, and of course, mental health. And if you need somebody for mental health, check this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Izetta Briggs Bowling. Connect with me for professional mental health counseling and support services designed to help individuals and families navigate stress, trauma, substance use recovery, and life transitions. Email me at drbowling at ibcyclebreakers.org or call me directly at 845-313-4496 for a free consultation. Now, back to Black Men Sundays.
It's a Black Man Sunday. Time to put all childish things away. I refuse to be the man I was yesterday. Gotta put my best foot forward and elevate.
So, on today's show, we're joined by Sharon Wood. This sister is a devoted servant leader, veteran educator, community advocate with over 30 years of impact in Palm Beach County, Florida. From Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated to serving as chapter president of Charmettes. She's a woman of faith, family, and purpose. So without further ado, Sharon D. Wood, welcome to Black Men Sunday, sister. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Corey. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing good, and I understand.
Good.
You're down to Miami, Florida, handling business. So let's take care of business right now. First off, who are the Charmettes?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, Corey. The Charmettes are an organization that was founded 75 years ago in the city of Riviera Beach, Florida, by two friends, Frankie Drayton Thomas and Gwendolyn Baker Rogers. And they were founded as friends to help bring light to the community about the importance of preventing cancer and supporting those who had been affected by cancer. So these two friends got together and invited some other friends, and now, 75 years later, we are 20 plus chapters strong, making a difference in the lives of the Black community affected by cancer and those who have survived that awful disease. And we're in partnership with Howard University, where we have the Gwendolyn Baker Rogers chemotherapy suite, and we are proud to say that we have given over $1 million towards research and service at that suite in Washington, D.C.
That's amazing. And let's talk about the event you have coming up in May.
The May event is one of our signature events. It is the Male Splendor Fashion Show Extravaganza, and this year is the 17th year of the fashion show that features male models from the age of 18 to 80 plus. It's an opportunity for our men to come out and model their very best and to raise a few dollars so that we can continue to help with the cause of finding a cure for cancer, but more importantly, be of service to those in Palm Beach County with whatever needs they may have. The fashion
Mm.
show this year, the theme is 75 Shades of Hope because there are many different shades of cancer that not only affect women, but also affect men. And you may know and you may have seen the different ribbon and the different colors that they represent. We want to shed some light this year through 75 Shades of Hope just how the Charmettes are making a difference to help find that cure for cancer while having some fun, some delicious food, and just fellowshipping with the community on May 2nd.
May 2nd. Got you. What made you choose cancer over other different things that you could have raised money for? Like, let's talk about that. Is there something personal to you? Is that something personal to some of your members? Let's have that deep discussion. This Black Man Sundays. Let's go.
Okay, well, let's go deep. Yes, everyone who's a member of the Charmettes, whether it's on the local level or the national level, we have experienced cancer either personally or we know, as so many people do, we know someone in our families, our circle of influence who have been affected by cancer. We know those who have succumbed to it. We know those who have been survivors. And that's why our founders, Frankie and Gwen, made it a purpose to do what we could do for the African American community to make us more aware of it so that when we faced it, we would let each other know that you are not alone in this fight, in this battle for cancer. So, again, yes, Myself, I have not been affected, but my mother is a colon cancer survivor, and I'm grateful for that. I have family members who unfortunately who have succumbed to lung cancer or stomach cancer, but I also know there are many out there who are still fighting the battle, and because of the Charmettes, they're able to fight it a little bit longer because they know that we have their back and we have them financially and also covered in prayer. So the fashion show, again, is just one of our signature events where we raise funds to be able to give back to the community, to be able to pay for those mammograms, those prostate exams, or any type of services that anyone may need while they're getting their diagnosis, getting treatment, or just right down to being able to put food on the table or help with a mortgage or help with rent or any type of utilities. So it's not just about having fun, but it's taking that fun and raising funds to make a difference in the lives of those who are experiencing cancer or even the ones who are caring. But Corey, what I want your audience to know that Black men need to make sure not only are they having their prostate exams done on a regular basis, but it's also good for men to have mammograms because men can get breast cancer. Men do get stomach cancer. Men do get testicle cancer, throat cancer. Anything that a woman can get, men can also get it with, um, unfortunately, in cancer. So it's
Mm,
important that our Black men that they take care of themselves. So if you have a significant other in your life, make sure she takes you or you go with her so you can find out about taking care of your health because cancer does not discriminate against age, sex, or gender. So
mm,
we want our Black men to stay healthy because we need you. And the Charmettes are very big on that. Every Charmette has either a charmer who's a spouse or a significant other because we know as Black women, in order for us to do what we do for others, we need to have that strong male figure in our lives supporting us. So we're very grateful for the men in our lives who are called charmers to help us continue to do what we do to advocate and eradicate cancer in our lifetime.
okay, so I'm about to really open up to you. I went to my doctor in August. Luckily, he gave me the cola guard where they send it to your house. Got
Mhm.
the box, but it just
Yes.
was. It felt a little uncomfortable because at first I thought, I mean, we keeping it real. This Black Men Sundays. I thought, okay, I'm about to just do my thing, and then I'm gonna just scoop me a little
Oh,
Wendy's frosty out
Mhm.
the toilet, not realizing it was the other way around. It was funny because when I did mine. And I almost was like regurgitating, but I called my aunt and she was like, "Hey, you did yours already. I need to do mine next week." So it's just basically the Wendy's Frosty and the 12. I'm like, nah, it ain't like that. So my question for you, and first off, I appreciate you coming on. You got a lot going on. And I see you got that nice car. You down in Miami, Florida. So first off, thank you for spending time with us because you really could have canceled and not came on. So what I want to talk about though is like on a deeper transparency with men, specifically Black men. Because I ain't gonna lie, when my wife was like, you August coming up, you gotta go. I'm like,
mhm,
I'm like, you know what? Your birthday, April. I'd rather wait till after your birthday. That way, if I get some bad news or whatever I get, we're gonna have a good time first before I get whatever news I'm gonna get. But luckily, I was blessed to,
yes.
get that color guard back. And I ain't gonna lie, when I sent that in, first off, it's embarrassing when you take it to UPS or you take it to the Staples, and it's not like it's covered in wrapping. Everyone knows what that is.
Mhm,
So for you, what's your take? And I'm gonna get a little personal with you, and I'm sorry tomorrow, but not today. Black men don't want to go to the doctor. They don't want this news. They don't want to hear the bad news. They don't want to hear any news at all. So when we're dealing with cancer, we're dealing with just Black men in general. What information and what advice can you share with us? Just get these brothers that say, man, you know what? I'd rather die before I get some bad news about cancer, anything like that. What can you provide to help us right now?
Well, I'm going to keep it real like you kept it real, Corey. I'm going to tell our black men like I tell my black man, my husband of 38 years, and my two sons, don't be selfish because I need you. You're worth more to me alive, and if you're sick, that's okay because I'm here for you. So don't come with that. I'm embarrassed and I'd rather die than to get some bad news. Get the bad news and let's work it out together because whatever the news might be, we're going through it together. But I always like to say, we're not always going to believe what we hear for the first time. Get a second opinion because my pastor, that is what he did. He got a second opinion. But we got to get out of our mindset. And we know in our black community, our men, for whatever reason, have been fearful of the doctors. But I think if you have a strong support or even a mediocre support to let you know that, hey, you are more than enough. You are worth the time and the effort, and you are valuable. So, like you told your wife, oh, we want to wait until your birthday. No, you get it done now so that we can have something double good to celebrate. And that's you getting tested, that's you finding out whatever you may have found out, and we move forward together and celebrate life together. We got to get away from the fear of the unknown because, again, we need our men in our lives. We can't do it by ourselves. So we need to just come together and realize that, hey, come what may, the woman is going to be with me. She's not going to be in front of me. She's not going to be behind me. She's going to be beside me, covering me and keeping me strong. And that's
Mm.
what keeps my husband going because he has his matters. But hey, I'm going to be there regardless. May walk a little slower, move a little slower, but at the same time, I'm going to keep that pace with you because I'd rather have you with me than not with me. Because you're not
Mm.
going to do cemeteries. So let me just do what I do for you while I have you alive.
Mm. Wow, that's great information. And let me ask you this: Black Men Sundays, our show is about, like I said, generational wealth, finance, business, and over the years, we added mental health to the equation. So when we're talking about, because when I speak to a lot of brothers, it seems like the wealth is more important than the health. But you're telling me the
Health
health
is
is more important than the wealth. So let's have that health over wealth conversation and the wealth over health. Let's please help me with that
yes,
right now.
health is wealth. Okay, if you got your good health, you can do those things or branch out and have that and get that influence to gain the wealth. But you can have the wealth and don't have your good health. You're defeated the purpose because without the good health, physically and mentally, you're not going to know what to do, how to do, when to do, and who to do it for with that generational wealth. So getting money and getting generational wealth and leaving something behind, that's all good and fine. But if you don't have your health, Corey, and any man that's listening out here, in my opinion, you have nothing because without the good health, you're not able to walk and talk and share with others how they can attain generational wealth. If you don't have good health, you're not able to spend that quality time that you've earned through that generational wealth with family and friends and loved ones. So put your health first, and everything else is going to come into place. Because without the health, what good are you to that generational wealth? How can you really and truly enjoy the wealth? How can you
Mm.
truly enjoy it? Yeah, you can buy some good, good doctors and specialists and all that. But at the end of the day, that's going to run out too. So that's why we need to do what we have to do to keep ourselves healthy. Okay? To me, health is wealth. Because if you got your good health, you can get all that other stuff and make it work to your advantage, including keeping yourselves healthy physically and mentally. That wealth will help you be able to pay for that therapist, that session that you may need. That wealth will help you be able to go to some of the best specialists, whether it's at FSU or down here at the University of Miami. The wealth will buy what you need, but it's also going to help you maintain or be preventive for your health. But you got to have that good health in order to be able to maneuver to get out there and do what you need to do.
Yeah, no, because it kind of perturbed me one time when a brother listened to Blackman Sunday show, and we had a doctor on, and he was like, "Man, this show you're supposed to be talking about how I'm supposed to get this wealth, get this money. You spent the whole show talking about what about my health. I don't care about the health right now. I want the money." So for the brothers that are in their 20s, 'cause see, I'm 47, so I get it now. I go to the
Mhm.
doctor. When I was 21, 22. Doctors, oh, you're good. You can do whatever you want. You're good. Then when I went in there 30, when I went in there 35, 40, when I went in there 45, doctor was like, hey, your
And you like
cholesterol low. Nah,
overdue. You
nah,
overdue.
nah, nah. He said, you've been good for the last 15 years. I've been seeing you. He said, your cholesterol a little high this year. And he was like, you know what? If you come back to me next August, he said, I don't know if you're nervous, but I told him it's cold in here. But he was like, your blood pressure, everything is high. So he was like, if you come in here, your blood pressure high again, we're gonna put you on some blood medication pills. Like, I don't want that. I'm like, my mom's, my aunt, family, they eat eggs every day. They take that. I said, I don't want that. So when we're talking about education, and when we're talking about, cancer, a lot of times we feel like, okay, I'm 47, but I've seen, like, my brother passed away 10 years ago when I got married. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit, where I was scared to go to bed, 'cause I'm like, man, I'm born March 9th. This man born March 14th, and I couldn't
Mm.
sleep after that. So I didn't understand. I felt like I was invisible. I felt like I could do what I want. I could drink what I want, eat what I want. I could eat McDonald's every day, and I'm good. But then the doctor was like, your cholesterol over 200. You got to chill. But then he was like, take the colonoscopy, do all
Mhm.
that. And I did that, and I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. I was shook. But when I dropped it off and I got my results back, it was like, ah. So I guess for the question, because I'm kind of heavy winded, and I apologize for that. But you done spoke to me on the phone, so I'm kind of heavy winded. So my question for you is, when we're dealing or trying to get brothers to really just go to the doctor. I mean, really, the conversation is take your ass to the doctor, take your butt to the doctor. To be honest with you, because it's Sunday. But for older brothers that say, I don't want to do that, I rather just handle this, whatever I got going on. Just if I don't wake up tomorrow, I'm straight. Is that being selfish?
I
Help me with
think
that
so, because
conversation.
in this day and age, Corey, you don't have to go to the doctors. The doctors will come to you, and those who are close with you can help arrange for that to come. So if the brother doesn't want to go, that's okay. The sister takes that extra step and does what she has to do to get someone to come into the home to give that full checkup. Because right now, there's someone who will come to the home at any age and do whatever you need done in the doctor's office. And then if they need to refer you out, they can do that. Cancer, again, you have children with cancer. You know about St. Jude. Those children are battling cancer. So you don't have to be an old dude to get it. You can be a young dude, not even hitting your 20s, but in your little elementary age, your teenage years, and get leukemia or get some type of cancer that is affecting younger people. So we gotta get out of the mindset of I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm fine just the way I am. It's a lot of people in the graves too early because they were stuck on I'm fine. I don't need to go to the doctor. I don't need to go to the white man. Well, then go to the brown man or go to the mulatto man, but go to the woman. These days we got plenty of good female doctors who don't mind checking you out, but you need to go somewhere. Again, if you don't want to go, then let somebody know and they can do what they need to do to bring that support to you in the house. I commend you, Corey, for pooping in the toilet and putting it in the box and mailing it off. Because there's been some worse things people have put in the mail, but you did what you did to do to save your life so you can be around for your family and your friends and what you're doing right now on this Sunday afternoon. But I
Mm.
think you and all those that you are associated with get together with a little circle and say, hey, my brother, I'll go with you. Because a lot of times that's all people need is to know that somebody that looks like them, sounds like them, will go with them. You don't have to take them by the hand, but to say, "Hey, bro, I'll drive you, and we can go to this appointment together. I'll even wait. I'll even wait for you. I'll wait outside." Just like we take people to the polls for voting. Take a brother to the doctor. Take a brother to the specialist. Take them to these health fairs that are out there, and you can get the same thing done with and have some fun at the same time, win some prizes, or just get it done. Because in the Charmettes, we host a health fair and we participate on a lot of health fairs where they have the mobile vans for prostate testing and colon cancer testing and mammograms. And I'm happy to say in our communities, we did see a lot more men coming out this past fall when we were in the community with the mobile vans for them to have their checkups and do what they needed to do. So we just got to get out there and hold up what we say. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. That needs to go beyond just talk. We need to put it into action that we are our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper, and
Mm.
not just talk about it, but be about it.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we having this discussion today with you. Because when I think of cancer, I think of prostate cancer, breast cancer, colorectal cancer. I think of liver
Mhm.
cancer. My father died from that like a year ago.
Mm.
So the show that you guys are putting on, is that for all flavors of cancers, or is that just for a
All, for
specific thing?
all, for all, for all. A little small token that we will give out. The guests can choose whatever ribbon they would like or ribbons to represent the different cancers. We have the the meaning and what they represent. So if they know someone or they want to get more information about it, we will have that there for them. And Stacy's great about that. She has a lot of information that she makes available to the community at all of our events about all the shades of cancer. Because we can get into that breast cancer and prostate and think about nothing else. But at the end of the day, Corie and everyone who's listening, cancer comes in all different forms, shapes, and colors. And I'll say again, it does not care about your age, your gender, your race, or nothing. When that offer disease attacks, it doesn't know it's a 47-year-old versus a 7-year-old. All it knows is it's attacking your body and your cells, white blood cells, and everything goes whack.
Mm.
Children, they get their checkups too. Find out early. Adults, we need to do it as well. And that brother that's listening, he needs you. Because God gave you another chance. He lets you stay around not to just continue to do what you were doing, but to make a difference in the lives of others. And why what you have experienced, that is a testimony that you can share with another brother to let them know that, hey, I did it, man. You can do it. And yes, I was scared. I was freaking out. But I went ahead and did what I had to do to handle my health business and get it back on track. Got the results. Now you know. And you can share that with someone else who might be fearful of even taking that first step of doing what you said, the Wendy's Frosty. So hey,
Yeah,
did you that?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Let me ask you this, because most people don't lose wealth because of bad investments. They lose it because of bad health planning. Do you agree with that? What's your perspective on that conversation?
I think it's a little bit of both, but in this day and time that we're living in, it has to do a lot with the health because, again, it's not only physical health that makes the difference in your generational wealth and the wealth that you have, but it's also your mental health. If
Mm.
you have an unhealthy mental health, an unhealthy mindset, then in reality, you're not going to be able to properly execute utilizing and doing what you need to do with the wealth that you have. That's why it's important for all of us to keep our physical and our mental health checked, preventive, and maintenance, maintaining what we have. A lot of the health problems that we have are preventable if we would just take some preventive measures, like going to the doctor at least once a year. Every 6 months would be even better, just to get checked out. Every visit is not going to be a gloom and doom visit. Some of those visits are going to be, hey, you're doing good, keep it up. You need to work on this a little bit. I'll use myself as an example. If I would exercise more, then I could come off my high blood pressure medicine.
Mm.
Now, all the time when I was asking him, what could I do? What could I do? He was heeing and hawing. But when I got serious about it and I said, I want to come off and I know there's something I could do. And that's when he finally said, it's your weight. Lose a few pounds and exercise more, and you can be able to come off the high blood pressure. Because what we have learned, a lot of our health issues, physical and mental, are environmental.
Wow.
But
Wow. Say that again. What?
a lot of our physical and our mental health that's unhealthy is environmental. So think on that. Think about your surroundings, okay? Because that's what environment means, your surroundings. Think about your surroundings. Think about the people that you surround yourself with. My mother often told me before she came down with dementia, detach from stress and stressors, even if it was her. And I've learned over the years to detach from those who bring about stress. Stress brings out diseases that we don't know we even have. Stress brings about, unfortunately, stress can bring about death through diseases, known and unknown, mentally and physically. So we need to detach. And if you really care about someone, you're not going to be a part of the stress or the stressors in their environment. You're going to do what you have to do to keep that person healthy. Because again, health is wealth. Healthy mind, healthy body is all ours. And we can have it. We don't have to be broke down and broke. We can have the wealth and we can have the health. But we just got to take that step or steps to do what we need to do and stop letting fear stop us in our tracks.
Wow. Great. Great. Wow. Wow. That's why I said I needed you today. I needed you. I needed this. So let me ask
Mhm.
you this. Um, when we're talking about, wow, first off, last answer really hit home with me. I almost went in the bathroom and not came back for a minute. Like some my eyes a little wet, but this Black Men Sunday. So what I want to ask you next is let's take it back to the Chimettes and let's take it back
Okay.
to this event that you have going on. The event is when?
The event is Saturday, May 2nd, 2026 at the Marriott Hotel in West Palm Beach, Florida, downtown West Palm Beach.
So for brothers that are listening to the show that say, you know what, I want to contribute, I want to make a difference, I want to make a donation. How can they do that?
They can make a contribution of any amount to P for Palm, B for Beach, C chapter Charmettes, CHARMETTS @gmail.com. That is the Zelle address for the Palm Beach County chapter Charmettes @gmail.com.
Give me 1 second, Sharon. Hey, Jim, is Stacy on here yet or what?
Yes, she just came in.
Stacy. Okay, yeah, pop her up. Let me see her real quick. Cause Sharon, you said she the VP, right?
She's the
No,
co-chair
sir.
extraordinary event. She will be the VP soon and very soon.
Well, that's my cuz, man. Let me get. Hey, can I? Excuse me, real quick. Let me get my cuz on real quick. Hey, Jim, let me get the solo with me and my cuz right quick. What's up, Stacy?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. So let me ask you this. I had to holler at you after church service was over. You doing over the kids. I saw the Easter show, and I was at Mama Laura's house. So hey, first off, this Black Man Sundays. How you doing today? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. Great.
Yeah. So let's talk real quick. What, from your perspective, what made you become a Chimette?
I was introduced to the Charmettes by one of my cousins who have been in the organization for a few years. And when she explained to me what the Charmettes were all about, it really touched my heart because I've had several people in my family that has dealt with cancer,
Mhm.
and just to be a part of something that's so big, you know, just it was just overwhelming to learn all the things that the Charmettes are doing in the community and also nationwide because we are at national level. We have about 20. I'm not sure if Sharon already shared that with you, but we have about 20 chapters. I think we're working on 21,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing, and it's amazing to see how many you know people that has come together to try and make a change and to help with eradicating cancer.
Yeah, no, great information. And let me stay on you for a little bit. Stacy, my cousins, and I call her Stacy Lattice, so they don't know that it's in-house talk, but it's love. This Black Men Sundays, like I'm
Yes, it
cool like that
is.
on here. So for you, let me ask you a personal question. Because
Mm-hmm.
I noticed, I'm just gonna be honest. Like I told Sharon, like when I in August when that colonoscopy test came to the crib, I said, "Babe, what's that for?" I say, so you want me to give you a windy slushy and scoop a piece out? Then when I realized what it's for, I said, oh, no, I ain't trying to do all that, man. This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I thought about going to the doctor and he gonna give you that real slushy where you're gonna be a little loose for a little bit if you catch my drift. So for the
Right.
brothers out here that are listening to this that say, man, I don't want to do that. I rather just if something wrong with me, I don't want to find out. I'd rather find out when I pass away. What's your take on that? Let's have that real talk.
Well, it's sad sometimes when people think like that because we experienced that with my aunt with breast cancer. We found out like at the last hour that she was even going through this. So, it's good to try and find out early so that you can, do something to prevent you, having to die. Go ahead and get the treatment and allow your family to be there to support you and then find other things that will help you throughout your journey.
Great information. And let's talk about this event y'all have coming up in May. I mean, first of all, I'm mad y'all ain't had me, DJ the thing because I be done came MC, DJ'd all that. But I've been sitting in
Well,
front of my computer a lot, so I done been eating pretty good. So that's where my doctor was like, you need to do some exercising, man.
mhm,
I know you're retired in August, but that don't mean you can just sit on your ass and just chill and eat McDonald's big arches and everything because that's what I've been eating big
exactly.
arches. I've been eating subs. I've been enjoying myself, but I realized, hey man, you gaining some weight. Like my stomach
Hmm.
looking a little different. And when I went to the doctor, he was like, listen, when you come to me next August, keep in mind it's April now, so next August is like a few months away.
Hmm.
He was like, listen, if that cholesterol over 200 that I'm seeing and the high blood pressure looking like that, we're gonna put you on high blood pressure. I'm like, I don't want that, man. He was like, you need to tighten
Hmm.
up. You need to tighten up. So let's incorporate the event with helping brothers to take their ass to the doctor. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. So the actual event that's coming up in May is called the Mel Splendor Fashion Show. It's a Mel Splendor Extravaganza, actually, where we showcase men. We have a male fashion show where normally it's all men, but this year we decided to incorporate some female survivors. So we're incorporating survivors of cancer, any type of cancer, not just colon cancer, and I know men deal with prostate cancer. Also, some men deal with breast cancer. So it's just to bring awareness and also have a little bit of fun and raise the funds that are going to be able to help with the research and trying to make the community better.
Gotcha. And what's your take on building wealth? When I talk to a lot of older brothers, like when I talk to brothers, I want to say like 60 plus, they
Hmm.
say the health and then the wealth, but a lot of them already achieved they already went through that accumulation phase. So they're at the phase where they're protecting the wealth so they don't have to go back to work. But the problem that I'm seeing is when I see brothers in that accumulation phase where they're 18 to 30 and they just feel
Mm-hmm.
invisible and they feel like, you know what? I need this bread. The health can wait. I need the money now. What's your
Mm-hmm.
perspective on that?
Well, we've all been in that place when we were young and we want to just do what we want to do and we don't think about the future. But I think that a lot of people should start preparing early in life. Even if it's just with your job, and find starting a pension plan or 401k plan. Also, out there's some insurances that you could build, funds on. So, just starting early with saving and not out there just wasting your money. So building wealth is very important, and a lot of the young people don't take heed to that.
No, but I'm saying you're right. But I think the issue that I'm seeing with the older generation now, I'm
Hmm.
26 years in the news business. I might go to somebody's house on a Tuesday. She's retired, trying to
Hmm.
save her funds. Her electric went up. She needs a new AC. She need a new roof. And then I see the daughter come out. I'm like, oh, that's 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. You got a bonnet on your head. Like, you're not doing nothing. So
Hmm.
how do
Hmm.
we how do we have that conversation where it's like, okay, you need to set this up, you need to build it, but then when it's time to retire, you need to make sure that it's enough so you don't have to go back to work. Can we have that conversation real quick?
Well, it's sometimes hard. It just depends on what's going on with that individual. The parents have to be very encouraging and trying to encourage that child, or it could be a sibling, it could be any relative, to try and get out there and make something of themselves, and try and get an education, try and find gainful employment, and basically just giving them the resources that they need to try to exceed, so that they'll be able to retire at a decent age, and not be old. Because I right now I work with the health department, and there's people there that they can't retire, and they're like in their 70s, 80s, still working. Is because we don't prepare. We don't prepare ourselves for retirement, because a lot of people don't really see, they don't focus on the future. They're focusing on the right now.
So, ladies, let me ask y'all: are y'all enjoying yourselves on Black Men Sundays right now?
Yes,
We
and we
are.
want to come back, and not just when we have an event. We want to come back and interact with your audience. 'Cause we have a lot to say,
Yes,
just
Okay.
to support our black men.
exactly.
That's what we want
I
to do.
agree.
Because you got two women on here who know the importance of longevity in supporting the black man. And that's what I
Hmm.
wanted to share, and that's what I tell my daughter in love. You got two of the best. Now you need to just do what you got to do to keep it that way. And it came
Hmm.
from their strong, supportive black mothers. Now I
Hmm.
won't go there, but yes, we make a difference, Corie, and not just in the Charmettes. Wherever we are, we
Hmm.
make. Stacy's making a difference at the health department. We're both making a difference at New Bethel Missionary Baptist Church. I'm making a difference in Palm Beach County School District. So you
Hmm.
have some difference makers on your show tonight, this evening, who want to come back and continue making that difference with you to help you be even greater than what you already are. And you
Gotcha. And I'm
know,
oh
it
yeah.
takes that strong black woman now. We're not too
Hmm.
strong where we don't know the importance of uplifting our men. So I'm gonna be quiet. But Stacey, no, I can get
Yeah.
passionate.
Y'all gonna say,
I
Stacy, I
can,
know you want some of that. Stacy, you want some of that?
Well, I agree. I agree with Sharon. We are making a difference in the community. We're making a difference where we work. We're making a difference in our homes. We're making the difference with, people just coming in contact with people in general. You might run into somebody and you never know what they're going through, and they might open up to you, and then you have that opportunity to share. Like today I was downstairs teaching with the kids in church, and just having that forum with them and them being able to open up and let you know what's going on, then that you have to try and make a difference. You have to give them the support that they need in order for them to move forward and not feel like there's nobody out there that can help them.
And Stacy, let me ask you, keep in mind, this Black Man Sunday, we keep it real up here. What church you talking about? Let's go.
New Bethel Missionary Baptist Church, the best church, the greatest church on this side of heaven.
Yeah, I heard that. Even though when I go there, they don't call it New Bethel, they call it New Bethel.
You're right. You're absolutely right. New Bethel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon, you want to ask something, Sharon? I see you looking like you want to say something. Let's go.
No, I just want to totally agree with what Stacy had said because again, we don't just make a difference in an organization. We make a difference wherever we place our hands to do the work. And that's what we're known for as individuals. So that's why it was easy for Stacy to be invited to become a Charmette. It was an easy invite for me because even before they invited us, they already saw us doing what we do. And that's in supporting those in the community, regardless of age, situation, or their wealth status. We were there for the people, especially our Black and brown people, and especially our men, because too often our men have gotten you guys have gotten the short end of the stick from creation. But at the end of the day, God has given us the opportunity to be that true helpmate that we were created to be for the Black man. Do we have our ups and downs with you all? Yes, but that's what draws us closer.
Absolutely.
And I know for myself, if there were no ups and downs, there would be no time to really love and come back and love and appreciate and feel good about being in the relationship or being in the marriage. So all of that makes it the better. Because every day is not supposed to be happy, hunky dory. Because somewhere in there's a lie. So give me the real deal, and let me know that there's gonna be some good days, some not so good days, some bad days. There's gonna be some rain, gonna be some sunshine. It's gonna be some hell. But at the end of the day, we know that we got each other through it all. And that goes back to what I told you earlier, Corie, environmental. That's just my take on it. So give us some more time, later in the year. We'll be ready to come back. But in the meantime, we'll invite the fellas in our lives to take advantage of this opportunity to come on and listen and hear the good things that are coming from Black Men Sundays. And I'm grateful and thankful to Stacy for introducing me to you and your wonderful podcast. So we're going to make it happen. And when I get in this training, I'm going to let the young ladies know that, hey, this is something that can be brought down and utilized here on the campus of the University of Miami. And we can definitely use it in Palm Beach County.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate that because my thing is, our podcast is nationwide, but it's not even nationwide. When I look at my numbers, the majority of people outside of the US, most of my people are in Germany listening. So I said, "Is Black people over there?" I had to call my uncle who was in the Air Force. He was like, "Oh, Ramstein is basically all Black."
It
I said,
is.
"Ramstein, listen to my show every Sunday. I don't even know nobody." He said, "You know us." I
You
said,
know it.
"Yeah, yeah." So so all this is a blessing. So before I let y'all go, because I know you've been in the car, Sharon. So I want to start with you and then Stacy, if you want to comment on this as well. A lot of times on my show, I've been blessed to have over 185 episodes. Some of the
Wow.
guests have come on financial advisors, accountants. We've had doctors, professors from Princeton, from Harvard, from the the Penn State Business School that they be bragging about on TV. Like we done had the hitters on the show. And one thing that everybody says, even all the entrepreneurs say the same thing. And I just want you both perspective on that. They said, faith helped me get through the hard days, but then when the days were great, faith helped them exceed. And I just noticed that, we're talking, like I said, this show is generational wealth, finance, business, and I added mental health to it.
Mhm.
But when you hear these people that are very well off, I'll just say very well off, just to keep it simple. To hear that faith is such a intricate part of their life. I would like to ask Sharon first and then Stacy, how has faith helped you and how do you utilize faith in your life? This Black Man Sundays. Let's keep it all the way a buck. Let's go.
I'm gonna keep it real for you. Faith is what has kept me for the 60 years of life that God has given me. A wonderful Black man that I highly respect, the Bishop Victor Tyrone Corie, New Birth Baptist Church in Miami, Florida, taught us faith honors God and God honors faith. And because of that, I am able to do what I do. Because if it wasn't for my faith, I'm gonna be honest with everybody on here listening, I wouldn't be doing it. But I know
Mhm.
at the end of the day, the faith that I have is the faith that the next person who may not have just as much as I have, but they can see what they see in me and take a little bit and continue to press their way on. Because I like to say, until Jesus returns, we are the feet and hands, we are his voice. So if we don't have faith the size of a mustard seed to be our sister's keeper, our brother's keeper, then what's going to happen? Somebody got to have it. So I'm thankful that I have it so that I can share it with someone else because truly that is what has kept me. And like I told you, you respectfully, and you didn't realize you put my faith to the test. That I asked the Lord to put me in places, to enlarge my territory, to put me in front of people that I had never had the opportunity to be in front of, to share the goodness of the Charmettes. And that's what he did through Stacy, through you. So again, I'm gonna say thank you for doing what you do best, and that is just put people where they need to be for such a time as this. And faith is everything. To my Charmette sister Stacy.
Miss Sharon has said a mouthful. I mean, yes, if you don't have the faith of a mustard seed, then where would you be? And trust me, I have been through so many different obstacles, dealt with so many things in life. And what do I fall back on? I always fall back on my faith because I know that without God and God's word, I
Mm,
don't know where would I be. And in any circumstance, in any situation, I always try to include him because I know that he's going to help me through it.
Yeah, that's real talk there because for me, I was raised in the church by my grandmother. My grandmother was the choir director, of the junior choir.
yeah.
I'd be like, Grandma had that singing sewing machine in the project. I'm like, why you making all the gowns every week? Like, but I realized she made the
Mhm.
gowns for my mom. She made the gowns for my aunt, for my uncle. She made the gowns for me. But then I think what started happening was, and I'm just gonna be real. This Black Men Sundays, I kept the faith strong, but I felt more like I need to get this money.
Mhm.
But then when I realized, okay, if I have the faith mixed with the journey that I'm on, it was more lucrative. I had a
Mhm.
better attitude to people. Cause Stacy, Stacy, I cannot be the nicest person. I mean, my bad, Sharon. I wasn't nice to you yesterday. I apologize. I just wanted you on the show. Let's just keep it real. But it's
Yeah.
respect though. It's respect. And I said I want Stacy on, but I want you on too. I need this message. And you
Yes.
delivered. You delivered with them pearls on, girl. Got the pearls on. Don't play with me right here. Got them pearls
That's right.
on. Yeah, my
I should have had my pearls on.
wife. Yeah. So no.
Yes.
So ladies. We about to wrap it up. Thank both of you guys for coming on Black Men Sundays. We got Sharon D. Wood, the president of the Charmettes. We got my cousin Stacy Wesley, but I call her Stacy
Mhm.
Lattisaw. And she family. She know I can pull up to her mom and daddy house whenever. And her mama couldn't cook. Don't play with me. Her mom can out cook all y'all mamas out here. If y'all want to put some money up, put up $100 for per dinner. We can do that right now because I
Yes,
already won.
boy.
So again,
Mhm.
ladies, thank you guys for coming on the show. Many blessings to the Charmettes. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was like, who's the Charmettes? Who? And I know who the Charmettes
Mhm.
are. And now I know how we can donate. So brothers, this Black Men Sundays, man, this is what we do. For y'all brothers out here that are millionaires, for brothers that are 500K, for brothers that are trying to get your 1K, trying to get it going. This is the conversation. Problem is, we're not going to the doctor. We're not going. A lot of brothers do not want to go to the doctor. They don't want to get the cancer screening. You know what? I was dropping a package off this morning, and I saw a brother drop his color guard off. Everybody know what the color guard look like. I mean, come on, it's the white box with the colos on it. I did mine. Do yours. Don't be scared, bro. I was scared too. You got to do some scooping. That's why I call it the Wendy's Frosty. But many blessings to all y'all. Many blessings to the Chimettes. We're gonna try to get this thing going.
But I'm going to say this to anybody. You may not be there physically, but you can be there through your treasures. So we will accept your presence and we will accept
Mhm.
your dollars as well. But more importantly, we want your prayers for this event. So however you
Mhm.
give it to us, we want those prayers so that we can continue to do what we do to help educate, advocate, and eradicate cancer in our lifetime. And my parting words to you, and Stacy knows this, charm is the essence of a woman's power. So get to know us even more, and you will know what that means. Charm is the essence of a woman's power.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me on tonight.
Thank you. I agree with Madam President. Charm is the essence of a woman's power. That is our motto, and we're sticking to it. And we are very, very grateful for you having us here on the show. I appreciate you giving us the opportunity. And like Sharon said before, we hope we can build a relationship and come back to the show in the future.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely can do that. And let's wrap this thing up. Ladies, thanks for
Mhm.
coming on Black Men Sundays. Sharon Wood, Stacy Wesley Hunt. Yeah, I call her Stacy Lattisaw. Y'all don't know that. It's family thing. But thanks both of y'all for coming on the show. Many blessings. And this was a great show. And we'll be in contact.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
It's a Black Man Sunday. Time to put all childish things away. I refuse to be the man I was yesterday.